I can be impartial. Okay, we ready? Okay, this is the Unit 5 Kieser quiz for those of you watching at home. True or false? Sin is never the cause of physical problems. Go. Seamus.
False.
That's false. True or false? The Feast of Dedication is known as Passover now. Go. John. False. True or false? Christ's gift of sight to the blind man in John 9 occurred progressively. In other words, there were multiple steps. Go. Seamus?
False.
True. That's true. Put the mud on, spit on the ground, made mud, put the mud on, go wash in the pool of Siloam. He came back. It was progressive. It was a progressive healing. You know, kind of like a progressive dinner. You remember that?
Yeah, this is
This is back in the day when we did this. So you go. You should do this as a class. You should do this. Okay, you can come to my house.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So well, I'll have to clean it up, but you can come to my house. There's only two of us living there. How can it be dirty? So you have an appetizer. You have a main dish. You have a dessert. You can have more than that. You can have like different parts of the main, part of it. And you go to different houses to do that. You go from house to house to house to eat your dinner. Yeah. No, you're not allowed to have your study guys out. You're supposed to already do that. Tell them to put it away. Whoever's got their study guys out. Okay, here we go. I don't know. Can you have your study guys out tomorrow? No, you can't. So you can't today. Next question. True or false? Christ predicted his death and resurrection. Go. You might, and I didn't see you. True. That's true. You're right. True or false? As long as a person thinks he is all right, he is all wrong. Go. Go just a little early. Knox.
True.
That is true. True or false? The Pharisees accused Jesus of being demon-possessed. Go. Ayla. True. That's true. True or false? A person must realize he is a sinner, or she is a sinner, before he or she can become a saint. Go. Sydney? True. That's true. True or false? The palm branches in the triumphal entry symbolized Christ's humility. Go. Ayla? False. That's false. True or false? Christ died on the cross because he temporarily lost control of the situation. However, he later regained power over death and the grave. Oh, everybody back down again. Go. Caleb. False. False. What? And this is a tough one. What classic college basketball tournament game ended, and you just have to get one of the teams, ended with a game-winning shot by Christian Leitner? Go.
Oh, Duke.
Very good. Duke versus Kentucky, 1992. It was after my sister's wedding. After my sister's wedding, after the reception, we're all back at the hotel and we're watching the game, and it was crazy. I will show you that clip if we have time.
I think I watched that video yesterday.
What?
I forgot to watch
You watched the video that yesterday? Yeah, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'll play it if we have time. Let's move, because I want to watch it. True or false? Oh, my voice is I'm stage one.
You want to join our team?
Oh my gosh, I'm recording this. Well, we can try to get it in 6 hours.
Can you
True or false?
this with just a warning? I
Beware. You never know what's going to come out of this user's mouth. That's the warning. True or false? Upon learning that Lazarus was sick, Jesus rushed immediately to heal him. Go. Seamus.
False.
That's false. In John 8:6, which says the Pharisees wanted to tempt Jesus, like in the KJV, not maybe in the ESV. What was the literal meaning of that word tempt? Go.
Testing.
Test. Testing, yep. We wanted to test Jesus. Next question. In what part of the temple area did Jesus deliver his sermon during the Feast of Dedication? Go. James? Solomon's Porch. During which season of the year is the Feast of Dedication celebrated? Go. Ayla. Winter. Here we are. What was Christ's initial response to the Pharisees' question about the adulterous woman? Go. Yes. Yes. Wait, hang on. I want to make sure that's right. Yep. He stooped and wrote in the dust. Dirt. Under Mosaic law, what was the penalty for adultery? Go. John. Stoning. What was the most obvious problem with the Pharisees' demand that the adulterous woman be punished? Go. Ayla?
They didn't eat the man.
Where's the man? What? He also committed adultery.
Yeah.
He also committed adultery. Every time the Pharisees spoke to Jesus, what did they reveal about themselves? Go. Aiden.
They're ignorant.
Their ignorance.
Let's go.
What did Jesus say to the accusers of the adulterous woman? Go. Amos. Yep. What college basketball team defeated Michigan State to make it into the Sweet 16? Go. Hey, I gotta call on you first. Of course you're gonna be the first to stand up, but I gotta. Okay, but you're right. Dude. Next question. What was the immediate reaction of the blind man when he finally realized that Jesus is Messiah? Go. Sarah?
To worship.
We worshiped Jesus. The Pharisees' racial prejudice was evident when they accused Jesus of being a what? Go. Down again. We had early on both sides. Go. Ayla.
Being a Samaritan.
Being a Samaritan. Complete the sentence. When a man refuses to accept the truth, all truth becomes blank to him. Go. Ayla.
Nonsense.
Nonsense. Close. It was close. It was just a tad. You can go back and watch the tape. See if I was right. I got that one right. What did Jesus say to the woman caught in adultery? Go.
Go and sin no more.
That was part of it. That was part of it. Yep.
What's the full thing?
Sit down. What else did he say? Go. Yes.
Neither do I condemn you.
Okay, I'll take that.
Is that 2 points or 1 point?
1 point for each. Just one point. Yeah, he said, where are those who condemn you? And then he said, neither do I condemn you. Go and leave your life. Leave your life. Leave your life. What was the reaction? What? Hi. Oh, you're fine. You want to play? You want to play our game?
So fun.
She's like,
Here I go. What was the reaction of the people who willed not to believe in Jesus after he raised Lazarus from the dead? Go. I'm going to go with Morgan.
they told the Pharisees.
Yeah, they went to the Pharisees and reported that. Name one evidence of Jesus' deity. Go. Seamus. His works, meaning his miracles, right? Name another. Go. Jasmine. His sayings, what he said. So what he said and what he did, his sayings and his miracles. When the Bible says that Jesus was deeply moved after Lazarus' death, what emotion was he feeling? Go. Sarah? Anger. Name a university that is located in Durham, North Carolina. Go.
Duke.
Also the University of North Carolina, but who cares? Okay. At whose home did Jesus stay in Bethany? Go. John. Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, yeah. What punishment did the blind man suffer for his belief in Jesus? Go. Yes, James. Yeah, he was. What's the cast out is the term they use, cast out of the temple. But yes. What false conclusion did the disciples reach concerning the blind man's condition? Go.
Oh, that he sinned was
Yeah. Somebody must have sinned for him to be born. Whether it was the baby or his parents. Somebody did. But it was false. Jesus predicted his death and resurrection. This one's worth 2 points. Jesus predicted his death and resurrection. Why is that significant? Yes.
It shows his deity.
You are correct about that. It shows his power and his deity. It shows both power and
So what's the question?
what is the significance that Jesus predicted his death and resurrection? For whom? Now this is disputed, but this is based on what the curriculum and I've told you. So, Jesus predicted his death. No. I just did that one. For whom did Jesus weep at the tomb of? Actually, I think I.
You can do that because some of them were talking about the fact that it was like he was looking on Zeus.
Yeah, for the unbelieving. I think I took it out. But if I didn't take it out, he was weeping for the unbelievers.
We should get a point.
No.
She just pointed it out. So look at Alex. I mean, there's no
Your IQ
honestly,
is a couple.
There's the best.
at least my time's a track
On the actual test.
Oh.
No, I can't do that. But I see your log. Okay, name the place. Name the place where Jesus went to rest. Go. Famous. No. Yes. The Mount of Olives. Name the place, like regularly, like when, not just occasionally, but always, when he was in Jerusalem. Name the place. The Pharisees accused Jesus as coming from this place. Go. Yes. Nope. I wouldn't accuse him of that. What? Samaria. Name the place. Where did Jesus go to celebrate the Feast of Dedication? Go. Yes.
Was it
Jerusalem. Yeah. All of the feasts are in Jerusalem.
This is sad, man.
Name the place. Where was Lazarus raised from the dead? Go. Sarah? Bethany.
I know. I was I know.
I would have said
Which current coach that's currently a college coach has coached for the longest time? Go. There is no coach named.
I bet there is a Coach Duke.
Can you say his last name?
Can
Can you spell his last name?
This is Coach Kennedy.
You think his team calls him Coach?
It's like K-A-B-C-E-N-G-H-I-J-K-O-N-O-V. It's like every letter they all like. Mike Krzyzewski. 47 years. 47 years. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why that happened. I change it every year. Okay, next question. Where did the disciples find? By the way, he's third all time longest running coach. Where did the disciples find the donkey for Jesus to ride? Go, Amos. Bethany. Remember that it looks like Bethphage, okay? Remember it looks like Bethphage. Who proposed? I said this already. No, I didn't. Who proposed that it was better for one man to die than the people? Go. Morgan. Caiaphas. Who hailed Jesus as their king? Go. Amos, you were just this much too early.
She was.
Okay, so you go.
Oh.
Yes.
The people of Jerusalem.
The people of Jerusalem.
All that's written tree.
Who did not understand Jesus' prediction of his death and resurrection? Go. Amos. The disciples. Who wanted to kill Lazarus as well as Jesus? Go. Amos. Pharisees. Who wept over Jerusalem? Go. Amos. Who did not believe in the resurrection from the dead? Go. Sydney. Sadducees. Who anointed Jesus at Bethany? Go. Sydney again. Mary. Who led the revolt that led to the institution of the Feast of Dedication? Go. John?
Judas Maccabeus.
Judas Maccabeus was very close. Name a famous college basketball coach who is retiring at the end of this season. Go. Knox.
Michael Scott.
He literally just said Mike, whatever.
Wazowski.
I can't pronounce his last name, but it's
I got it.
Coach.
Mike.
No, you gotta say it,
At least try. I am like Mike.
Mike Wazowski.
No. Just think about it. I can't. No, I just can't say it.
The lights are gonna
But
burn
I
out.
know.
The lights are gonna burn out.
Mike Krzyzewski. Yes.
They
Coach
should.
K.
They really got
Begins with a
But they really got a point.
Mike Krzyzewski is my very favorite current coach, and my second favorite all time. John Wooden,
Who's gonna ask?
UCLA.
All right.
Yeah, John Wooden's. I think it was in middle school. I read "They Call Me Coach," which was John Wooden's autobiography, and that was it. I love John Wooden, but also Coach K, and I'm really sad that he's retiring. But the guy's 75 years old. So that's why all the Duke and Coach K. Not just because I want Xander. And it's going to be a lot harder in the next week. That likes basketball. Maybe Phil, I feel all right.
I feel like you were directed at us, guys.
Okay. Who believed Jesus' assertion that he is the resurrection and the life? Go. Yes, Seamus. Martha did. Who was raised from the dead by Jesus? Go. Everybody should be standing up, Sarah. Lazarus. Okay, now these questions are about the sheep and the shepherd, and Jesus, kind of parable about that. And so you're going to tell me who's who. Okay. So who cares only about himself and his own gain? Go. Sydney. The hired hand. The guy that's hired to take care of the sheep. Who hears and knows the shepherd's voice? Go. Morgan?
The sheep.
The sheep. Who tries to enter the sheepfold by another door? Go. I think there was a girl over here that was a little early, so I'm going with John. Thief or robber, yes. Who gives his life for the sheep? Go. Late, but I don't early, but I don't the true shepherd. Who opens the door for the sheep? Go. Seamus? The shepherd. No, the shepherd doesn't. Who opens the door for the sheep?
I think this is wrong, but like the hiring or like the.
No, that's the hired. Yeah, the hired.
But there was one in there that said hiring.
What's the hired wing? That was the
Right,
the hired wing.
Yeah,
It's the same as the hired. Yeah. Over here.
I don't know.
I just be
What else would be?
It's not the shepherd.
The true shepherd?
It would be the gatekeeper.
I'm just gonna write down opens gate. I want the gatekeeper. I thought the whole epic Marvel character.
What do we have?
The Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit. Good job. Got it.
20, 29, and
I'm writing that down in my study guide.
The girls won.
Yeah.
She's surprised. Go up.
Wait,
Surprise?
Well, I thought you were behind. You said you were behind.
Well, we were behind, but then also we just got all the like shepherd questions. They got the basketball questions, but we got the shepherd.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to do is talk to you about the other things on the test that aren't on this, and we'll keep this rolling while I do that. And then I will give you candy. Don't let me leave after without taking
She's fine.
I literally just
You know, do it back. If you don't amputate me, then I can sit down and take my hands since I can't stand them. If you don't have legs, you don't have to stand.
It's only at this point.
I'm sorry.
I roll my eyes.
Okay, here is what is also on the test. You are to explain the story behind the Feast of Dedication, how the Feast of Dedication. Got it. How the Feast of Dedication came to be. Okay, so remembering Antiochus, Judas Maccabeus, the light, the 8 days of the oil burning, and then the rededication of the temple, all of that. And then here's the other one, and this is the main one. Explain how the account of Christ's triumphal entry into Jerusalem revealed both the sovereignty of God and the fickleness of human beings. So let's talk about that. And you actually have 2 extra credit points that will be worth a total of 3 points together. So let's talk about that. How does the triumphal entry and everything that happened after it show the sovereignty of God, reveal the sovereignty of God? Yeah.
Him writing on the document.
Okay, so it shows his kingship. Something more important than that, yes, right?
The donkey was used to symbolize like.
And that's true too, but let's look at this word sovereignty. Do you know what the word sovereignty means?
Being like all like over everything.
Right, ruling over everything. A sovereign, a king is a sovereign, okay? So ruling over everything.
That's it.
Yes, but that's not part of the sovereignty, not the main point. Yes.
Like he like did put himself higher than others.
Also true. I'm beginning to believe I didn't do a good enough job of teaching on this. Yes. So that now we're getting there. Okay. So he was fulfilling prophecy. So what does that mean then about the sovereignty of God? He is fulfilling prophecy. It goes across all of Scripture. Who's prophecy? When was it determined that Jesus would die for
In the beginning,
before the this was God's plan from before this. So this wasn't a surprise. Jesus has been talking about it all along. He's been trying to get his disciples to understand. They didn't understand, but not because he didn't try to get them to understand. Right? This is nobody. Jesus said, "Nobody takes my life from me. I lay it down." And so this is what God had planned in his sovereign will to save human beings, to save simple human beings. And so Jesus gave his life. His life was not taken from him. He avoided arrest time and time and time again, but when his hour comes, he will give himself up because he knows this is the Father's. And so we see in everything that he does, especially from Palm Sunday forward, is leading to a cross. Remember, I told you he isn't riding to Jerusalem; he's riding to a cross, and he knows that. And so we see the sovereignty of God's plan, not only for Jesus but for humanity. And then we see, secondly, the fickle-mindedness, the changeableness. You all have a pretty good grasp on that. Okay? If not, go back and listen to that lesson. Any other questions? Yes.
I've been wondering about. I wasn't here for chapter 20, Samaria with.
Yeah. So Samaria, and again, I won't hold you accountable for. Samaria was a group of people who were part Jewish and part pagan. There's the short version is that when the Assyrians came and overthrew Jerusalem, overthrew Israel, they left people there. They took people captive, and then they left people there, and those people intermingled, and that's what became the Samaritans, which is why Jews and Samaritans. And so that enters into the story of a number of people. Yeah, so that's the whole. Yeah, I think it's probably mostly. Is that a place?
Under the places in chapter 28.
Okay. I can give you a. So we already talked about this. That the leadership, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, accused Jesus of being from Samaria, which would have been the ultimate, a very racially charged.
What would you like to compare that to nowadays? Call someone a piece of porn.
I mean, I would compare it to really awful racial pretense.
Don't give examples.
Or you're an idiot. Or, I mean, it's,
Why is that a
you're,
church of look
you're to be hated. You're to be
Because you were
disrespected. I don't know that we have that sort of. I don't know that we have that sort of.
Yeah, I feel like we don't have that. I asked you.
We do, it's just kind of an
I feel
unspoken.
like different.
It is different. It's like why they
Any other questions? I need to go get candy.
it's like some people
Okay, ladies, come get your candy. I'll get it out.